Hello and welcome back to my channel. On today's Hot Topics, we are going to discuss the lovely state that I live in, the gun owners rally today, the laws that they voted through last week, the fact that conservative media is trying to paint it out to be something that it is not, and the fact that they're trying to make a big deal out of nothing because that's what they do. They are very into a disinformation campaign, and it's not right, and it's not okay, and we're going to talk about it. All right, let's start with the rally today and the martial law. I'm not entirely sure the governor needed to declare martial law. I know he said to leave your guns at home and stuff. And if you hear something, once again, that is Otis. This is his safe place. I'm not kicking him out just because he makes a little bit of noise. If you don't like it, I don't really care, to be honest. He's gonna do what he's gonna do, and I'm gonna let him do it. As long as he's not hurting anything. And right now, he's just attacking my Jeffree Star box that I have to review on in a little bit. But yeah. So if you are not, if I didn't agree with his declaring martial law. I didn't think it was necessary. I thought it was a step that would look bad optically, and it has, because it has allowed the right to come in and be like, they're declaring martial law, they're gonna come in and take our guns, and this is the first step to tyranny. It was a bad idea. It may have had good intentions, but with this governor, I never know. Because to be perfectly honest, I don't like our governor. I think that he's gross. So there's that. But I mean, I think, at least I hope his intentions were good, but I don't know. Now, the right is trying to paint this picture that because Democrats won the state of Virginia, which, by the way, they are peeved about. They are so mad that they lost the state. It's not funny. They have started a disinformation campaign from the second that they won, that Virginia is declaring martial law all over, that they're going to go door to door and take your guns, that you're going to be an immediate felon if you own a gun. I live in the state. I own a gun. I'm not worried about becoming an immediate felon for owning a gun. I own a handgun and a shotgun, and I'm not worried about it. There were some lawmakers that were trying to push through laws that were a little bit ridiculous, that weren't grandfathering people that owned certain guns, assault rifles, into the mix, which I did not agree with. But I mean, there are crazy people on both sides. I mean, you had a few years ago, you had a Republican senator who tried to enact a law here in Virginia where women had to prove that they miscarried and didn't abort their fetuses, and they had to have a physical exam when they miscarried. And if you know anything about that, that was ridiculous and stupid. And yeah. Okay. So the three laws that they did vote through that will be going to the Senate in my state are, the first one is they enacted a law that closed the loopholes in getting guns from private sellers without a background check, meaning that if it passes and is signed by the governor, it will not allow you to privately sell guns without a background check. I think that's a great idea because there have been many instances where people who do not need guns, who should not have guns, who would not be able to legally obtain them any other way, have purchased them from third-party sellers, like private sellers, and that's extremely dangerous. If you can't go to a regular shop and buy a gun, you should not be able to buy one from a private seller. It's a loophole that I do not like. Nobody likes it. Most of America agrees that loophole should be closed. So don't see the big deal there. Now, the second one I actually do have an issue with, just because I do think that it's not the worst law in the world, but it's not one that I'm particularly fond of, and it is that you will only be able to buy one handgun every 30 days. I don't think the government should have the right to tell you how many guns you can purchase in 30 days. I also don't think if you're stockpiling guns, that law is going to have much of an effect, because if you can legally get a handgun and then all you have to do is wait 30 days, it's not going to stop you. I think that it will hurt gun sales, yes, which might be what you're aiming for, but I don't particularly see the point in that law, and I do feel like that does infringe on store owners and gun owners' rights there a little bit. So I don't hate that law, I don't like the law. I'm kind of like, let's see where it goes. Let's hear some debate, and let's hear some interesting things about it. You can tell me what you think about that law down below, or any other law. You can tell me that I'm freaking wrong on everything if you want to. I don't really care. I'm open for open discussion. The last law will allow public places and events to ban guns from being brought onto the property or to the event and that repeals a law in Virginia where you were not able to do that. And I think that's a good idea. I think that if a event like somewhere at the Norva or a football game or a city is hosting a fireworks thing, they should be allowed to say, we don't want guns at our event. And if you don't like it, well, that's their right to tell you not to. So just don't go, I guess, because reasons. I don't think it's unreasonable to allow people who own places or cities and events to say, we don't want guns at our events, we don't want guns on our property. That's perfectly within their rights. It's perfectly legal. It's perfectly okay. Now we're going to talk about the disinformation that I'm seeing. I am seeing so much disinformation that they're going to go around and they're going to take all your guns. I had a debate with someone who still is just ridiculous and is like, well, that's an opinion. No, it's not an opinion. This is fact. They are saying that if these laws pass, they will immediately make martial arts illegal. You won't be able to get together and do martial arts. That people are going to go door to door and take your guns. And it's going to be this mass hysteria that is not going to be. And people, you are responsible for spreading mass hysteria. If you spread a meme or some disinformation on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or any of those platforms without verifying and checking it, you are part of the disinformation campaign that is causing such an issue. So please check your facts. Look up anything you're about to share. And I know that takes a little extra time. It takes like an extra 30 seconds to look up a meme that you're about to share. But we need to be better informed. We need to be more understanding. And we need to get over ourselves in this whole disinformation campaign because, the right, Russia, and a whole bunch of like really bad people are going around spreading this information. I'm not saying everybody on the right is bad. I am saying like the deep on the right, alt-right people. We are talking about people that are racist. We are talking about people that support and go for Russia. We are talking about what y'all would consider the deep state, which is just your establishment Republicans. They're the ones pushing this crap that you're buying into. So just stop, take the extra 30 seconds to Google a meme, see if it's true before you share it, and just be more cautious about what you're doing. That's all I'm asking for. All right, guys, that's all I have to say on that. I wish you all the best. There was no violence today. I'm very thankful for that. And I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.